and sit down.
What up? Thanks for tuning in to I Don't Get It. All about the ish I don't get. Thank you for taking the time to explore this new podcast. Before you hear the first episode, I wanted to introduce myself and explain why I felt inspired to create this show. Hey, my name is Alex Beechko, and I am a very intelligent woman. Growing up, I felt otherwise. Sure, we all have our adolescent insecurities, but just because we all have them, that doesn't make them any less difficult or detrimental to us as we become grown-ups. I grew up in a household of textbook intelligent people, but I'd have to say, the motivation behind this show really comes from my brother and my father, the catalyst and the solution. Mind you, I love them all terribly, as I do my mother and all the rest of the fam. That's irrelevant. The point is, my brother could skim through a book and understand quantum physics. I, on the other hand, struggled with remembering what 8 times 4 was, and you know what? I still do sometimes. I was this young kid that grew up to be a teenager and then a young adult that didn't believe she was really all that smart. And that, my friends, is pretty dangerous. But as I began to meet more funny people in my world and listen in on their conversations, speak freely while receiving and poking fun at whatever the topic of choice was amongst them, I found that I knew more than I thought I knew. And I want to thank all of those people I've come across in my life that have encouraged my mind. I'll love you forever. Anywho, that sent me back. I started to think about how and when information would stick for me, and it traced directly back to my father, the funny guy. He's also a pretty great teacher. He would sit down with me and explain things in a million different ways with laugh breaks all throughout and also zero judgment. And then something would click. And then boom, I could remember forever how to multiply fractions. So I thought, I'm just one of these people that doesn't learn well in this country's traditional sense. I need to laugh, feel my intellect. And I figured if I'm like this, there's got to be others. Then it came to me. Let's make humor the forefront of this learning experience. Stop being so hard on each other for understanding something differently or feeling differently based on the knowledge they've gained. We all have stories and absorb information from different sources in different ways. Hence the precursor to certainly, fact check. Maybe if we take some of the weight off of being a textbook scholar, an expert on topics, we could find little nuggets of worldwide communication and understanding. So we go off track a bit. I do my best to through-line, but one of my big questions is, how would you explain this topic to a 5-year-old? Because deep down, we're all still kind of 5-year-olds, wearing suits and paying rent. We will cover a variety of topics, from things you've maybe never thought to look into, something you were kind of curious about, or a basic day-to-day thing that everybody knows about that, you don't know about. I hope you get a few laughs in, and remember, you are very intelligent. Thanks for listening, guys.